What's up? You tuned in live there with your boy Promise the greatest of the greatest. And today I want to talk to you about intuition and ego. Listening to the intuition and knowing when the ego is speaking. The intuition is very important because it's a part of us. It is your higher self, your connection with the divine. And it have everything to do with assisting you to where it is you need to be right now on your journey. And even though we may feel like we're doing something to help us move forward in life, in the illusional state of mind, it's like it's not happening. And a lot of this come from the ego, the survivor tactic, from how we were raised and how we came up, and even with our past life experiences. But that's another video. I want to focus more about the intuition and how to listen and acknowledge yourself. And the intuition is very important because when the intuition is involved, you got to also be aware of knowing thyself, dealing with your ego, dealing with the survivor tactic way of getting by, or trying to make things happen, controlling whatever it is you may be trying to do. You have no obligations of yourself. So therefore, you can't even control your own journey. If you see things from a higher perspective. But you can pause on a journey and choose not to move forward with it. But it's still going to eventually take you to where it is you're supposed to be. Dealing with the ego, how we came up, the things we were taught, saying that you got to be like everybody else. You got to get you a little nice car, nice house, or a little comfortable job, make you a little change in the bank account, and live this life. The illusion of state of thinking, doing what you have been told. And while we feel like, if I don't do this, then how this can happen, it shows that you are away from yourself. You really don't know who you are. You really don't know what you can do. You're really not connected with your true self. So therefore, you will be astray from the intuition. Knowing everything in this universe is made of nothing but energy. Everything that exists, the elements that they speak about, earth, water, fire, air, the wonderful piranha, ether. These same universal elements live within yourself. And this is strange that we don't know this. We see everything outside of ourselves like it's not a part of me. But in reality, the real truth is everything is a part of you. All is connected. The highs and the lows. And it's a big reason why they say what you do to others, will be done to you. And we all done did something to someone and it done came back to us. Great prime example. We know this. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not. Why this happened to me? Maybe I should see what have I been doing to make this happen to me. Whether it's good or bad, high or low, whatever you want to call it. It's all frequency. It's all energy. It's all vibration. And dealing with the intuition, knowing that all this vibration, all this energy, I am a part of this. Why am I not doing what I need to do to get where I need to be? Or where is it I even need to be for the ones that may be lost? Each and every individual is a unique expression of the light force. And we all do things in our own way. And we all have our own set purpose. It's something that each and every last one of us is supposed to be doing for ourselves that no one else could do for us. And this is a big reason why they tell you to love yourself. We get into this love phase of attachment. You know, wondering how others make us feel or how they feel about us. And it's like you living for somebody else to make you feel good, when in actuality, you the only one who can make you feel good. You get to choose when you want to be happy. You get to choose when you want to be sad. And all this is a straightness. This is an illusion. This is part of the ego as well. This is, some people say, better in and out. That's great, 100%. But when you let it out, let it go. Don't continue to hold on to it. Continue to living in the past. You got the past, the present, and then the future. The past doesn't matter because it's behind you. And in the future, you can only act right now in the present moment. What it is you're trying to do and be to become whatever they may be in the near come. And this is very important. Now, when it's times that we feel lost and we feel like we just don't know or we just need assistance, it's a big reason why they say give yourself peace. Give yourself space. Disconnect, detach from others. Give yourself some time to think about, what have you been learning on this journey? And what is it really showing you? And what is your true calling? And look at the cycles that you might be continue to repeat years after years after years after years, where you be able to see this is where I've been going wrong, or this is the circuit that I continue to put myself in. And step out the circle. It might sound a little crazy, it might sound a little scary, step out the circle. And stepping out the circle meaning stepping out your comfort zone. And it also gonna be uncomfortable. But sometimes you got to be uncomfortable to see where it is you can be comfortable at. And diving deeper into the intuition is really connecting with your true self. When I say give yourself this space, I mean actually giving yourself some alone time. Giving yourself time to think and get in your head and be more observer. Be observer of your ideas. Be observer with coming into your mind. And accept all of it, because all of it is you. So accept all of it. even if it's negative and positive. Don't try to control the thought. Meaning when these thoughts come to your mind, don't try to fight with them because you don't like what it might be saying right now. Just acknowledge, like, wow, okay, I hear you. And maybe give your time to some think. Why is this thought? And how can I transmute the thoughts I no longer want, the thoughts that no longer serve me? And it brings clarity to your true authentic self and remove out of confusion where you can now actually think. Now you can listen to your intuition. But knowing how the ego is set up, and it got a lot to do with the subconscious mind in the video I made in the past, is the thing about it is the ego is very tricky, and the ego can fool you. So when I tell you to speak and listen to your intuition, not only necessarily listen to the mind, and I'm going to tell you how the ego can fool you, but when you listen to the intuition, listen from the heart and your soul in an honesty matter. See, your heart and your soul will never lie to you. So therefore, you can only do what the soul says. But we have been taught to do what the mind says. And they don't teach how important the body is too. We know about how powerful the mind is. But once the mind becomes corrupt, what can you listen to? Is you going to continue to listen to this wonder world? They call it the monkey mind. But see, when you can pay attention to the feelings and the body and how it responds to you, and how the heart and the soul responds to you, this can actually fish the mind for the people who mind may just be gone. It's called connecting with your soul, connecting with your authentic self, your true self, bringing oneness on the inside, healing that shadow self, facing the dark night of the soul. And have everything to do with the intuition. How you know if your intuition is speaking? Let's see. The most time when your mind is just quiet and you got that peace, listen to the thoughts that occurring in your mind at that time when you're alone and have that peace. And notice how it feel when that thought appear. And it best to feel with the heart and the soul. And you gonna know, it's like you know. But the ego also brings doubt when you feel like you don't know. And this kind of resistance of a set way. The ego is a way that been set, you know what I'm saying, on the consistency matter. These are a lot that have to do with our ego, the repeated cycle. The ego can have people thinking that their intuition is correct, when in actuality it's really a lie. And this go for a lot of people that might be spiritually inclined as well, or say that they're spiritually inclined. You know, they've been messing around 20 years, 40 years, 30 years, however many years, you know, these numbers of years. But you actually got souls that been living beyond this physical for numerous, you know, of time. And therefore we may see someone and think this person is highly intelligent. But knowing to read and feel the energy, once again dealing with the soul and intuition, you really know what you are dealing with and what's in front of you. So it's basically like once you start to know yourself, you start to know others. And when you know others, you know they are yourself too. So I want to do everything to raise my vibration, so I won't be able to continue to live in this ego survival tactic way that gets us nowhere. See, the thing about living with the ego is you bring a lot of resistance to yourself. You bring a lot of misbeliefs, doubts, worries to yourself. You bring a lot of, I gotta do this, I gotta make this happen to yourself. And you just kick your intuition to the side. You kick your connection with the divine, the intuition. This is the divine connection. This is your connection with your true self, the true creator, the source, the divine energy that gave light and life to all, the almighty, the universe, the God, the creator, whatever you want to call it. You know, this is your connection for the people that, you know, want this connection. And you just kick it to the side because you want to listen to the ego. I was told I got to do it this way. I know that if I don't do it this way, that don't happen. And you never was able to sit down, trust yourself, and hear what's really needed for you. Because you so caught up and I got to do this because somebody else gonna laugh at me, or I got to do this because I'm gonna put you in a real situation. I got to do this because me and my children won't be happy. So you trying to make up this lie in your head that I'm doing it for me and my kids. I'm doing it for me and whoever a close loved one might be to you. But it's like the ego teaching you this. This is what everybody else do in this world, and this how we raised, so this is it. But unfortunately, the truth is, you might call this person crazy that if they tell you this ain't it, and it ain't. Because you teaching your child and kids or your close one how to stay in a survivor tactic in the ego mind state, and that's not it. See, we got to know that we are not obligated to ourselves. And you can be successful, you can be happy, you can be wealthy, you can be still at peace with connecting with your authentic self, connecting with that divine part of you. You just got to learn how to do it. And this is what they don't teach us. And it got everything to do with intuition. And it got everything to do with the ego as well, because the ego lives in this fear-based system. The illusion. And the ego is not a bad thing, but it just like, once again, the subconscious, it's like a database chip. It's a memory chip. And everything you program inside that memory chip is how you going to actually respond. This is what you brought in fruitation. You know what I'm saying? So, how to connect with this true divine or this God source, this creator, this intuition of us. See, you got to know, just like you get in your car and put in the GPS if you don't know where to go somewhere, this is the intuition for your soul. This is the intuition for your body. This is your GPS. This intuition. This is your map. This take you in alignment with everything that you need to be doing. And walking in alignment, I promise you won't see no mess out of it. You only see everything from a higher perspective. You only see everything as growth, development, oneness, connection, abundance, peace, passion, bliss. This is the really real love for your true self. You see what I'm saying? In your intuition, when you get these ideas that are projected to you from the spiritual realm, See, your thoughts are not your thoughts. But the ego make the thoughts become your own. I said your thoughts are not your thoughts. But the ego try to make the thoughts become its own. And that's another attachment. Trying to hold on to something that is not of itself. This is why we live in this normal life. This set life. The way that they have been telling us to live. This is why we are lost. This is why we are astray. Stop doing what other people have told you to do. It's a reason that you have dreams. It's a reason that you have visions. It's a reason that some people see things. It's a reason that some people hear things that others can't do. It's a reason some people have deja vu. It's a reason that these different ideas project into your mind, feeling like inspiration, and you got a good idea or something, and you don't know how to start it or what to do. Just observe the idea first. It's a reason that it rains. You have seen the rain before. It's a reason that the sun shines. You have seen the sun shine before. It's a reason that it snow. You have seen it snow before. It's a reason that you have seen it thunder and lightning before. Right? This is something we all have seen before, right? What type of divine power is making this happen from the sky? Why do it get cold? Why do it get hot? What are growing fruits out the ground? What are growing trees out the ground? You telling me once again, if I take a seed and put it inside the ground and hit a little water and sunlight with it, it can grow a wonderful apple tree, orange tree, banana tree, pear tree, vines, grapes, pine trees, any trees. What type of divine power is giving nature to do these type of things? And if I am a part of this, they did say human beings have powers. They said this many, many years ago. They did say human beings we are the most powerful. We are the real important ones. And it's like, why haven't experienced what they have been saying? Maybe it really is true. Maybe they just haven't taught us. We done had many experiences in our life to know that certain things are true and certain things just ain't sit right. But we choose to continue to go along with everything else because everybody else is doing it. So you continue to dim your light because everybody else say, we don't like the sun to shine. You can't do that to yourself. You're hurting yourself. This actually causes stagnation, blockages in our life, blockages in our field. Anytime we go against our true, authentic self, when our intuition speaks to us, and the ego tries to take its over, you automatically receive a consequence right behind that action. We all done had the time, we done had something tell us to do this, but we do something else and we be like, man, I should have did it. We know this. But you didn't trust yourself. So you brought a blockage in your life. Now you like living like, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. And you still reflecting on that past as well. So that's more stagnation. That's a bigger blockage. Because you're not focused on your authentic self. So your purpose in your journey is to come here. Focus on you. Focus on how you can raise your vibration and heal yourself in every area that you need to be healed so you can continue to grow to the next level. So you can go to the next level. But instead, you do the opposite and stay stuck here in this lower part of the realms. So we got to know that we don't see people die. We don't see people leave this physical plane. And some people don't have experiences after these people die. Grandparent, sister, brother, cousin, mother come to them, father. And when they come to them, they be like, whoa, I seen such and such in my dream. I seen them standing in my living room when I was by myself. You had these experiences, but you're afraid to speak on them for you can learn more about what you're experiencing. So you hide it because you don't want to tell nobody because you feel afraid somebody's going to laugh at you. But you are only hurting yourself because you're still creating a blockage. Because you got a unique experience. You're able to see beyond the physical. You are awakening. And you are resisting it. How are you resisting it? Stagnation and blockages, once again. You're afraid to be that true part of yourself. You're afraid to say, man, I love me for who I am. I accept myself. I am grateful for all that I am, all that I have, all that I experience. This is a journey where we all have obstacles. We are meant to go through these obstacles to pay attention and learn from them, and then move to the next test and learn from that as well until you continue to grow. And this everlasting process. That means it will never quit. So that means as long as we here, as long as we leave here, we're going to all go through some hard times and hardship. And it ain't going to necessarily just be what you going through, but we all going to go through something. Some people might come on this creation homeless. Some people might come on this creation wealthy. Some people might come on the creation just struggling, always having somewhere to go, but not being 100% stable. Some people going to go through, death experiences, you know what I'm saying, having accidents where they getting shot, where they don't got hit by a car, where they were robbed. We're going to have all type of experiences on our journey for a reason. And the reason are here to actually teach you a lesson. If you don't be so resistant, it'll go through smoothly. And this what they don't tell us. But we already know, because we look at it, how many past experiences have you done learned from? Not attached to it, you let it go, it is what it is, but you learn from it. So now you operate in a different way whenever that experience appear again, because the experience is always going to appear again, and now you know how to bypass it without even being touched, but whatever comes with it. It's learning from your past, learning from the situation that you're in right now that takes you beyond where you're at. See, it's an illusion when someone decides to laugh at someone about a situation that they may be going through, when the same person on the other side is going through something too. It's an illusion. We're going to laugh at them. They're going to laugh at them. And then when both of them are successful, we're going to hate at them and we're going to hate at them. It's an illusion. You living in somebody else's world. And anytime you're trying to live in somebody else's world, anytime you're trying to play somebody else's game, you are automatically game over. Automatically game over. Stop trying to play other people's games. didn't come here to fit in. You didn't come here to do what they told you to do. You didn't come here to listen to the government, your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your girlfriend, your children. You didn't come here to do that in a high level country, and it's just the truth. You come here to learn you and then transition to them. Everybody you meet and everybody you count so they can hire themselves to the ones that want it. You didn't even come here to force and make somebody else to do something that you didn't want to do. None of that. It's not about nobody but you when you come here. And then when you do have your kids, you teach them kids as well. It's only about you when you come here. It's about you. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't try to live playing nobody else's game. Don't come attached to nothing. Love everybody equally, just the way as you love yourself. You got people saying, do you love me? Do you love me more? Do you love me? Yeah, sure, there are people that, you might be around more, but everyone should be loved with the same essence of divine light, intuition from a high level. Because once again, you come attached. Now you depending on somebody. Now you got expectations of each other. And of course, you know what they say, expectations of the next, of course, bring failure. Because anytime somebody don't do something that the other person wants for them, they're going to always throw some type of conflict, drama, attitude, or something in between. And that, excludes you to not like each other now. And that brings unhappiness. This is how to know yourself. Pay attention to yourself. And the more you consistently live like this, the more numb you will be to the ripple effect. And you feel like you know it all. Most of us feel like we know it all. I done seen it all. I done had my experience. You can't tell me nothing. But where have your experience got you? You got people been going through these experiences many lifetimes, and they still ain't get it. But you right here think you know everything, huh? You can't even trust your intuition. You can't even accept the help that is out here for you. Whether they tell you or not, I'm going to be the first to tell you your ancestors are real. Your spirit guides are real. Your angelical beings are real. This creation is real. And you're a part of it, whether you want to be it or not. And all that, truthfully, on a high level, all that praise, Jesus, God, Allah, it's only one Most High. One Most High, one Creator. And we all a part of it. We all this unique expression, a part of the divine. And just as well as the other prophets that came down here and fulfilled their journey, that's why they got recognition. This is why people praise their name. But if the Creator is a jealous Creator, why would you be praising and worshiping something else? And I'm not bashing nobody for what they believe. But the ego gonna show resistance to this because they don't want to hear it. Because they were taught that this is it and this all I know. But you don't know 100% nothing about that. You only know what somebody else told and what somebody else told the next. But with yourself, you know 100%